I should have made it. I was just steps away. The heavy screech of the train doors echoed in the empty corridor as they slammed shut before me, the conductor barely glancing my way as the train pulled off into the darkness. The platform trembled briefly, and then silence. Just me. My breath fogging in the sudden stillness, and the mechanical drone of the fluorescents overhead. It was 12:07 a.m. I remember because the old station clock hadn't changed since I got there. I thought maybe I'd just read it wrong, but my phone confirmed it. I'd missed the last train home. This station, old, mostly forgotten, wasn't even my usual stop. A delay on the main line had rerouted me here. One of those stations they keep open just to say they did. It smelled like rust and mold. Paint peeled from the walls like old scabs, and the benches looked like they hadn't felt a passenger in decades. I tried to call a cab. No service. I held my phone up, walked around, climbed halfway back up the stairs. Nothing. I heard something move behind me and turned fast, but no one was there. Just the echo of my own footsteps bouncing off tile and iron. I sat down to wait it out, planning to call someone once I had a signal again. But the quiet wasn't normal. It was like the place had swallowed sound itself. Not even rats skittered through. Not even a hum from the tracks. Just nothing. That's when I noticed the clock. Still 12:07. I checked my phone again. It should have been 12:23 by then, but the phone said 12:07 too. I blinked. Reset it. Turned it off and on. Still 12:07. And then the lights flickered. Just once. But the hum that had been absent? It came back, deeper. Not from the station lights, from something below, something that rumbled through the metal bones of the place like a growl. I stood. My body moved before my mind did. Fight or flight had already chosen. That's when I saw the figure at the far end of the platform, standing, watching, unmoving. I called out. My voice cracked against the walls and died. The figure didn't move, it just smiled. I took a step back. The platform groaned under my weight, as though reacting to the choice. The figure didn't come closer. It only stood, enveloped in the shadows at the very edge of the platform light. Something about it felt wrong, like it wasn't casting a shadow, or maybe it was too tall, too narrow. I blinked hard. It was still there. My fingers gripped the edge of the bench behind me. I needed to move, to leave. But where? The entrance stairs led only to darkness. The figure's head tilted slowly, mechanically, as though it was sizing me up. Then it stepped forward. One long, echoing step. I bolted. I didn't think. I just ran along the platform, past broken vending machines and old kiosks sealed shut with rust. I looked back. It hadn't moved. Or maybe it had. It felt closer. My breath rattled in my chest like something was lodged in my lungs. I found a maintenance door. Locked, of course. I banged on it, half expecting someone, anyone, to open up. Nothing. My eyes darted to the old service stairs near the end of the platform. The sign beside them was so corroded I couldn't read it, but I ran down them anyway. The deeper I went, the colder it got. My breath fogged up in thick puffs now, and my footsteps barely made a sound. It wasn't just the temperature. It was like sound itself was vanishing. I passed old generators, abandoned lockers, even what looked like a forgotten subway car, half embedded in the tunnel wall like it had crashed there decades ago. Then I heard the whisper. Not from behind, not ahead, inside, like something had crawled into my ears and was speaking directly to my brain. You were never supposed to leave. I spun, shining my phone light into the dark. Nothing. Then the light died. The whisper came again. Time broke for you. I started to scream, but the sound never came out. I was no longer alone in the tunnel. Something was breathing beside me, right beside me. And it wasn't mine. I ran again, blindly this time. My hands scraped along the damp concrete wall, guiding me through the pitch. The breathing followed. Not quick or hurried, steady, measured, like it knew it had time. Then I saw it. The outline of an old train car in the dark, sitting on broken tracks that led nowhere. My phone screen flickered back to life, just enough to show me the number stenciled on the side. 0701. The numbers sent a chill down my spine. 1207, backward. Something compelled me to climb aboard. The door opened before I touched it. Inside, the lights buzzed weakly, flickering in time with my heartbeat. The car was pristine compared to the station, almost untouched by time, but every seat was taken. I froze. The passengers didn't move, not a breath, not a blink. Every one of them sat upright, dressed in clothes from different eras, 1940s hats, 1980s windbreakers, even someone in a tattered Victorian gown. Their faces were pale, too pale. Then I saw their eyes, open, staring, at me, all of them. I stumbled backward. The door slammed shut behind me. The train jolted forward, even though the tracks were broken. It didn't glide. It groaned, as if dragging itself through time rather than space. I grabbed a pole, trying to stay on my feet. A voice crackled through the intercom, distorted, familiar. Next stop. Nowhere. I turned, and the conductor stood at the far end of the car. It was the figure from the platform, still smiling, still watching. Only now I could see its eyes. They were mine. I backed against the wall of the train, heart thundering. The thing wearing my face didn't speak. It only pointed toward the empty seat across from the others, the only one vacant. I shook my head, but my body trembled forward as though puppeteered by some invisible string. I dropped into the seat. The passengers turned in unison. Their mouths opened, but no words came out, only the sound of the station, that broken, hollow silence. Then they began to hum, soft at first, like a lullaby warped through static. The car filled with the sound of time unraveling. The conductor leaned in, inches from my face. I could smell metal, smoke, and something rotten. "You missed your train, but you caught ours," it said. Its hand, mine, yet not, rested on my shoulder. "Now you play." I blinked. The train vanished. The passengers gone. I was back on the platform, alone again. Same station, same lights, same clock, 12:07. Had it all been a hallucination? Then I saw them. The seats. One by one, faces appeared. The same passengers reflected on the glass of the empty ticket booth, staring out, trapped. And then I saw mine, staring back. I turned, but I was still standing there. Only something inside me had shifted. I couldn't feel my heartbeat, couldn't feel breath. My limbs moved like they weren't mine, like I was wearing myself. The whisper returned. Someone must miss the train for it to keep running. Behind me, a new passenger entered the platform, looking tired, lost. I smiled. He looked just like I had, late, confused, checking his phone, muttering curses under his breath. I wanted to warn him, to scream, "Don't miss it!" but no words formed. My mouth moved, but it wasn't my voice anymore. Not really. The station trembled as the last train pulled in. It screeched, just like it had for me. The boy broke into a jog, then a sprint. I watched from the shadows. I could have reached out, grabbed his coat, pulled him aboard. I didn't. He missed it. The clock didn't move. Still 12:07. I felt the shift, like a curtain pulling open inside my mind. I was in the tunnel again. The breathing returned. Mine, his, ours. The roles were turning, time grinding like teeth behind my eyes. He ran, found the carriage, the one I had boarded. I saw him hesitate, just like I had. But the door opened, and like me, he stepped inside. From the glass of the abandoned ticket booth, I saw another figure now. Me, not me. The conductor. I was smiling. Inside the car, the boy looked around. He saw them. The passengers, their faces, my face. The whisper returned. "You missed the train, but it never misses you." And then the train moved, grinding forward on impossible tracks, the cycle beginning anew. On the platform above, the clock finally ticked. 12:08, the first time it ever had. But only because another had taken my place. I was free. At least I thought I was, until I saw the flicker of a train arriving behind me, and my reflection. Still smiling, still waiting.